Hello, this is Marvel and Brown with Inner Word Business Services, and today we're going to talk about how Google, Facebook, and YouTube can help you find your ideal customers. Now, these are platforms that we are on pretty much every day. However, a lot of new entrepreneurs suffer because they're not able to find their ideal customers. Once you make that connection with your ideal customers and you have a platform that you can use to drive those customers to get more information and to engage with your company, you really, without an audience, you don't have a business. And so you need to find that audience. You need to get an audience of interested people, so that you can, talk to those folks, help them understand what you do, how you can help them, etc., and move on with life. We don't want to be struggling in our business throughout, the entire course of a year or even a month. We want to see progress. And so if you're not seeing progress, this video is really going to help you. So, this is the thing. A lot of new entrepreneurs think that they can just post and pin their way to success. And you see people online talking about, Pinterest is a great place to find traffic, and, social media is the greatest thing since sliced bread. All of that is true to a certain degree. But, if you're posting and pinning, it's not really going to help you unless you know who your ideal customer is. Who are you posting and pinning to? Who are you trying to reach? Who are you trying to sell to with your products and services? So, if you've heard some of my previous videos, some of my previous podcasts, you know that everyone is not your customer. So, if this is your first time, hearing this, you want to stop trying to satisfy everyone, because that's just an impossible task. Your products and services are going to appeal to a certain group of people, and it's your job as an entrepreneur to find those people. And so when you think that you can just post anything, with no rhyme, no reason, just out there posting stuff, and pinning stuff, then you're probably feeling a little bit anxious. Or, there are people who have just put a lot of stuff out on Pinterest and Facebook and Twitter and TikTok, and they've had, success. However, I would venture to say, unless they figure out who they are trying to reach, who their ideal clients are, who their audience is, they are going to have short lived success. So there are people who spend their entire day on social media. And if they're not spending their time on social media, they're stressed out because they feel like they need to be on social media, all day to just kind of reach the few people that they are reaching, or the few people that they are connecting with. But this is the thing, until they know who their ideal customers are, they're not going to say the right thing. They're not going to post the right thing. They're not going to do the right thing. They're not going to have the right solutions. And so a lot of times when this happens, when you don't know who you're talking to, and think about yourself, when you're on social media or when you're online, you're looking for certain information, and all that other stuff, that comes through your feed, it just goes straight over your head, in one ear and out the other. You're not paying attention to it. We are so bombarded with social media, news. Every time you turn on the news, there's some new drama going on. And so people are just tapped out. And so the only thing they want is what they want. So today they might be looking for new ideas. Tomorrow they may be looking for something related to a particular problem they're having. We're all over the place as consumers. However, a lot of us have things that we are truly interested in, things that we want to learn more about, problems that we want to solve, things that we want to do to help others. And so we're on these three platforms a lot: Google, YouTube, and Facebook. And so I'm going to show you some things today that will help you find your ideal clients. Because guess what? Your ideal clients are out there. They're, just like on that previous slide. And let me just kind of start this again, because your ideal clients are out there. They're just walking around like regular people. You run into some of your ideal clients when you're out and about, when you're running your errands, when you're shopping. You run into some of the people that you should be promoting to. They're just out there walking around, living their lives. So it's up to you as an entrepreneur to connect with those people who would be a good fit for your business. And so this is the thing. When you don't know how to use the resources that are right in front of you, things that you're already on, you're already using these resources. So the thing that you need to do instead of, and there's nothing wrong with, being on social media to connect with friends and family and things like that. But, if you're an entrepreneur, you need to know how to use these tools to connect with your ideal clients as well, your customers and your clients. So, this is the thing. What do you know about your ideal clients? Do you even have ideal clients, or are you just taking your product and looking at, the things that your manufacturer wrote on the label and just kind of regurgitating what the manufacturer, or maybe your company is giving you some literature or something that, maybe you're taking that and you're just posting it on social media. Maybe you have your own demonstrations that you're doing. If you're doing demonstrations, that is great. You're doing the right thing in that regard. Doing product demonstrations, doing videos that, show how your products and services are being used and how they can benefit your ideal clients, that's great. But the thing with a lot of our demos is that we focus on features and not benefits. And so I have a whole nother video that talks about, or a whole nother article rather, that talks about features versus benefits. So if you're doing those demos, that's great. But I would, if you're not getting results with your demos, I would definitely put more of an emphasis on benefits. What will your ideal clients get from using that product or doing whatever it is that you're demonstrating? But that is a step in the right direction, But this is the thing, you got to know who you're talking to. And so the people that you are trying to reach have a lot of things in common. But these are things that you need to find out. And I misspelled characteristics. So I see that now. I was trying to kind of do this quickly. So I do see that typo there. There may be other ones there. If so, I do apologize. But this is the thing. The main thing is, your ideal clients have certain things in common. They have certain characteristics. They have certain pain points. They have a need for things like ideas, solutions, and things to make their lives better. So even if you're somebody who, say for instance, you are promoting travel. Now, travel is kind of hokey right now because of the pandemic. But in a normal world, people want to travel. They want to take vacations. They want to be pampered. And so these are some of the things that can make their lives better. So how can your business, if you are promoting travel, what can you do right now in the middle of a pandemic? Because you got to keep your business going. Even though we're in the middle of a pandemic, you got to find a way to keep it pushing, right? And so how can you make life better for your ideal clients? If they love to travel and you are selling travel, what can you do? And these are the questions that you have to ask yourself as a business owner. How can you shift from, the pre-pandemic world where you just hopped on a plane, you hopped on a cruise ship, you got in the car, do you do things like, instead of promoting, luxury travel, do you maybe make the switch to road trips, where you kind of have more control over who's in the car with you and who's in the RV. Maybe RVing might even be something that is picking up during this pandemic season. You know, when you have control, if you're into travel, if you are promoting travel, the main thing is, a lot of people are interested in staying safe. So they want to be in an environment with people that they know are vaccinated and, doing everything that they can to stay healthy. So that might be a shift that, someone in the travel industry might make. Maybe you're into cosmetics and maybe you're into doing, one-on-one makeup sessions. Maybe you're going to like hotels and different places to do makeup and, to help people look really great on their special day. How do you make that shift from, the pre-pandemic world where you just went to the hotel and did everyone's makeup? Now you kind of have to worry about who has a vaccine, who has a mask, etc. So lots of different things that are going on, but this is the thing. People need help. And lots of people, just like those folks on that first slide, they're just walking around every day, doing their thing. You don't know who is really kind of hanging on the edge. They're just like, I need a solution. Please help me. Versus the people who have it all under control. And so it's your job as an entrepreneur to get online and, kind of sift through all the people who are online to find your ideal client. Now, the other thing that you know about your ideal clients is more than likely, like I said, they're on Google, they're on YouTube, they're on Facebook. They're on at least one of those platforms. And so when they're on those platforms, guess what they're doing? They are self-identifying. So when I talk about self-identifying, what I mean is people are out there searching for information about the products and services that you're offering. And so by searching for that information, that means they're interested in that information. Maybe when they're searching, they're looking for solutions. They may not be quite ready to buy, but guess what? If you get in front of those people when they're looking for information or solutions, or, they have a particular problem that they need to have solved, then that's where you make the connection with your ideal clients. But you got to find them and you got to kind of position yourself in a way that you can be there when they self-identify. And that's the reason a lot of people put time and energy into SEO, because they want to be on the other end of that search. They want to be the search result. They want to be that person that comes up in the search result when their ideal clients are looking for whatever. And so your ideal clients are also interested in what you're selling. And what I see a lot of people do is they go out and they try to convince people to be interested in what they are promoting. So if you gotta like twist somebody's arm, that means they're not interested. If you've got to talk someone into something, that means they're not interested. However, on the flip side of that, you can educate people about your topic or the things that you are promoting. And when you educate them, sometimes that helps to open their eyes and they see things from a different perspective. So then they're on the bandwagon. But, most people don't feel comfortable when you're out there trying to convince them. So people don't really want to be convinced. They want to self-identify. We self-identify every day. Every time we go on Google and do a search, every time we go to a store and we ask the sales clerk for information, we are self-identifying as having certain interests. And so when you're interested in something, you're going to look for information about it. You're going to even at some point make a purchase. And so, they're interested. There are already people out there who are interested in what you are selling or what you're promoting. Your ideal clients are also part of the niche that your business serves. And this is what I also see. I see a lot of people when they start their business, me included. Number one, I didn't really know how to niche down when I started out. But when you niche down, when you identify a niche and you work to serve that particular niche, believe it or not, it helps you to make more money, because then at that point you become a specialist. You become an expert. You become someone that people look to for information about that specific area of the market. So, for example, if you are someone who is in health and wellness, and you probably heard me talk about this before, but if you're in health and wellness, you may have makeup products. Now, you wouldn't think makeup products would be under the health and wellness umbrella. However, a lot of people are specializing now in natural makeup. So, makeup that doesn't have all of those harsh chemicals, the things that can seep into your bloodstream and make you sick and give you all kind of allergic reactions and in the long term maybe cause you some real harm. So people are, really shifting from conventional makeup to makeup that is really non-toxic and healthier for you. So that's just a real niche down area under the health and wellness umbrella. And then you kind of niche down to the beauty, the beauty area, and then you further niche down to the non-toxic beauty area. So that's a real niche down part of the market. But instead of trying to, talk to everybody under the health and wellness umbrella, that means if you're talking to somebody that's, you're trying to get everybody under health and wellness, that means you're probably going to be talking to people that want to do weight loss, people who want to get fit, people who take supplements, people who are interested in, non-toxic cleaning products. There's so many different things. New moms who just had a baby who want to lose baby fat. I mean, there's so many things that you can talk about under the wellness umbrella. Even things like self-care, self-help books, anything that has to do with our health, our well-being, all of that falls under that health and wellness umbrella. So if you try to talk to everybody under that umbrella, you're going to be running around like a chicken with your head cut off. But if you choose an area based on the products that you are promoting that, reaches a specific audience, and the more specific you are, the better, that is really where you're going to be able to focus, and when you focus, you're able to do a lot better. So, your ideal clients are also, and I'm getting through this slide kind of slowly, but I want to just drill down on some of these ideas because they're so important. But the people in your ideal audience are already buying the product or service or something similar to what you are offering. So you want to find people who are already buying what you're promoting. Now, that doesn't mean that, so for example, Procter & Gamble is selling a product that you are selling. Maybe they're making a product that is similar or does the same thing, or maybe even does it better than what you are promoting. I'm sorry, that your product does it better than what Procter & Gamble, what their products are promoting. If you are selling something that is the same or similar as a product that Procter & Gamble is promoting, you want to find those Procter & Gamble customers and you want to get them to switch over to your product, or at least be exposed to your product so that they can make an apples to apples comparison between what you're doing and what Procter & Gamble is doing. Now that's just one major brand, but when you have all of these different brands who are selling the same products and services, it's very important for you to distinguish yourself from those brands and tell people, why is your product better? Why should they buy it from you? And if you do a good job of that, that is what makes your wallet, fatter. So I think I've already kind of, gone over the fact that your ideal customers, do not need to be convinced. So you don't have to twist their arm. They're already in the market. They're already, dealing with certain pain points. They're already buying certain products. And it's up to you as an entrepreneur to help them understand why they should buy from you. So now Google, Facebook, and YouTube can help you find your ideal customers. How can they help you? Number one, when you identify your ideal customers or your ideal clients, you need to do research on the topics that are not important to you, but important to the people in your niche. Now, if you are on Facebook, Facebook has so many different groups, and you can join some of these groups. And joining these groups can help you to understand their language. It can help you to understand what they struggle with. People get into these groups, these are active groups, not groups where everybody just gets in there and spams, but groups where people actually talk about the things that they struggle with, or the things that they are working on, or the kinds of things that they're working on, or the projects, or their hobbies, or their interests. And when you can speak to those groups, and speak their language, that helps you with your advertising. So you understand the terms to use, the right terms to use. Someone who is a fisherman, or someone who hunts, or some outdoorsman is not going to speak the same language as an IT person. And so if you're in an IT group, they're going to speak a certain type of language about the things that they're dealing with. And then if you're in a hunting and fishing group, they're going to be talking a totally different language. And so you got to understand who your ideal customers are. Who are the people who would be a great match for the products and services that you're promoting? So your job as an entrepreneur is to understand their challenges, their problems, their hobbies, their lifestyle. Lifestyle can tell you a lot about, are you talking to people who can't even afford, for example, your product or service? If you're selling some high-end thing and you're in a group of people who are just regular John Doe folks, some of them may, be just kind of hanging on, I can't talk, hanging on the edge or teetering on the edge of disaster, are they going to be able to afford your high-end item? Probably not. They may want your high-end item, but they may not be able to afford it. And so you're going to have very limited success in promoting in those kinds of settings. Now, if you go into another group that may be, people who are doing a little better, or maybe they're, high-end professionals, or they're jet setters or whatever, they may be able to afford, and that's going to be a better match for your high-ticket item. Now, the other thing that these groups will help you to do is you can use, for a fee, of course, they basically give you the ability to run ads. And so by running ads, they're basically giving you access to their data. And when you're using their data, it can help you to understand what, what people are buying and what brands they like. And just like I just talked about, Procter and Gamble. When you're on Facebook, if you buy a Facebook ad, and if you're on Facebook and you have a Facebook page, you can buy Facebook ads. So the first thing is to get a Facebook page, even if you don't really use it that much. Just get, a Facebook page, post to it every now and then you're going to be able to run ads. So when you start running ads on Facebook, you can target your audience to say, hey, I have a product that is similar to Procter and Gamble's product. I want to run my ad and let people who are fans or people who like Procter and Gamble, I want them to see my ad. And so you can tell Facebook, I want the people who like Procter and Gamble to see my ad about, a product that is similar to what, or maybe even the same as what Procter and Gamble is selling. So that's the power of using Facebook. And that's why a lot of advertisers use Facebook. because you can also, any brand that is out on the Facebook platform, you can target those brands with your ads. So the people who like those brands are going to see your ads. So powerful. The same thing goes for Google. Google is not as detailed as Facebook, but you can still target your advertising to specific people, to specific user groups and user demographics. Pinterest is also, and probably I would venture to say that most of the social media platforms will allow you to target to a certain degree. But I haven't seen the targeting that I'm able to see on any other platform, even Google, other than Facebook. Facebook really gives you the ability to zero in on other brands. So you want to take advantage, even if you can only spend $1 a day. Do you realize there are people out there who are spending $1 a day? They're running ads on Facebook and they're killing it. They're actually able to build an audience of people. Facebook and Instagram, I guess, because they're the same company. But, when you run ads on Facebook, they really give you that detailed targeting that can help you zero right in on your ideal customers. But the first step is knowing who you want to reach. And YouTube is also another platform that, unfortunately, I don't really like the Google ads that pop up on my, when I'm watching a video. I hate it when, these ads pop up in the middle of my video, but that's how YouTube is monetizing their platform. But you can get in front of a lot of people when you advertise on these platforms. So you can use groups, you can do your own research, and you can also use the data that is being collected by these major platforms like Google, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter, TikTok. All of these places gather data about the people that use their platforms. So run ads, even if you can only, use a small budget. Try to get, ads that will allow you to target in and zero in on other brands who sell products that are similar to yours. So now, who are you selling to? And this is the big question. You have to, you're not going to be successful in running ads until you answer the question, who are you selling to? And so I put together 2 workbooks. One workbook is focused on identifying your ideal customers, knowing them inside and out, understanding who they are and what they're looking for and why they buy and all of that. Then the second book focuses on your product. And basically what you do in these workbooks is you answer questions. So you go through and you answer questions, and you can even do your research while you're answering the questions in the workbook. But basically, you want to understand the market you serve. You want to understand your ideal customer, and that's going to help you put more money in your pocket. Now, the product workbook is going to show you how to match your products to the needs of your ideal customer. And you can buy both of these books for $19.97. That's really a steal when you think about the way that this is going to change how you view your advertising. You're going to know what to say when you go through this workbook and you understand more about the language that your ideal clients are using, who they are, where they hang out, what their fears are, what their challenges are, what their hobbies are. And there's so many more questions than that in the workbook. But when you go through all of those questions and you're able to answer all of those questions, or at least most of them, that's going to help you understand how to position yourself, how to advertise, the words that you're going to use when you're on social media, the words that you're going to use when you put together your advertising messages. All of that is going to fall in place once you understand more about these 2 very important elements of your business, your customer and your product. And once you can make the connection between those two, that is really going to help you to sell more. So now if you want to purchase it, you can go to my website at innerwordservices.com/workbook, and there's a hyphen in between there, and then bundle. So when you go there, you're going to go to a page that will enable you to buy those. Now, the other thing that I've done with this workbook is I've also made it fillable on PDF. So you can, there are a lot of different ways you can do this. You can print this workbook out and, just write it out with pen and paper. You can download it as a PDF that you fill out on your laptop or your desktop or whatever. You can also download it to your cell phone and just kind of complete it as you're going through your day. So a lot of times, we're busy. We don't really have time to sit down to our laptop or to our desktop and, just sit down and actually think about what we're doing. We kind of have to do things piecemeal, but you can save this as a working document. And maybe you don't have all the answers in the beginning, but you can use it as a working document, save it, and then fill out the questions as you get the answers. So there are two formats. When you get this, you're going to get the regular document, the PDF, and then you're going to get a fillable PDF. And that fillable PDF will be something that you can use, just type in the answers on your cell phone or any device that you might be using. So anyway, I'm hoping that this helped you to understand how you can use these tools, how you can use these resources that you're already on to find information. Oh my God, I didn't spell workbook. Lord, I'm just, I'm full of typos today, but I think you get the message. Hopefully you understand what I was trying to do with this video and how it can help you. That's really the main thing. So thanks for watching. I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.